Hey, what is going on, you Purple Berserker? Today, we're playing some games with Dragapult. The deck felt so good to play the other day on my stream. By the way, I do stream every day except Tuesdays, twitch.tv/AzulGG. First link in the description. That I had to bring it to you guys over here on the YouTube channel and show you guys what Dragapult Inteleon is all about. Want to give a big shout out to Vinny Fernandez. Once again, showing off one of their lists, one of the most creative minds in the game right now, always coming up with new and exciting decks to play. So yeah, definitely go give them a follow on the Twitter. That way you guys can keep up to date with what they're creating and get your hands on their interesting decks as soon as you possibly can, just like I like doing. So yeah, their Twitter will be in the description. Go ahead, give that a follow. And yeah, let's talk about Dragapult. So it's got the Paralyzing Bolt, which is the main attack we use in the deck, and it's cost a lightning and a color, so it's 50 damage, and then our opponent can't play any items from their hand. So we drastically slow down our opponent, even though we're only doing 50 damage for our turn. Slowing them down, they might be doing 0 damage on their turn, right? And then we got the Super Zap Cannon for 190 for lightning colors, and then we have to discard 2 energy. And we use this attack pretty much every single game, sometimes multiple times a game. Really depends on the situation. We basically want to set up the board with the Paralyzing Bolt, and then we close out the game with the Super Zap Cannons. And then we also play the Inteleon line in here with the quick shooting Inteleon. Only quick shootings, no of the shady dealings Inteleons, just quick shooting. Get that extra damage from the quick shooting as soon as possible. So that way, you know, our paralyzing bolts seem like they're being, or seem like they're a little bit better than what they actually are. So we're doing like, 90 damage a turn if we have 2 quick shootings in play. We can really set up some really cool plays where we kind of, paralyzing bolts, let's say a Zacian 4 turns in a row, and then we can quick shooting KO it to get to that 220 HP that the Zacian has, and then they have to send up something new for us to then get to hit first, and we can either hit them with the paralyzing bolt or even a super zap cannon. Of course, we have the Force Hobble for Drizzile, and we are pretty disruptive with the Paralyzing Bolt, but we have some more disruption in this deck as well. We got 4 Crushing Hammer, 1 Fan of Waves, and 1 Yell Grunt for some energy disruption, and then we got 3 Paths of the Peak for some ability disruption. So a lot of disruption in this deck all over the place. We even have a Tool Scrapper in here to remove tools. That's for those pesky tools that get in play before we start Paralyzing Bolting. It's going to be really big up against stuff like Zacian if they get Capes of Toughness into play. We play our own Capes of Toughness, which is also very big in the Zacian matchup, so they can't one-hit KO our Dragapult. So 3 Capes of Toughness ourselves. Also good in other matchups to help us just kind of stick around for more than 1 or even 2 turns to live through some attacks. So we got 3 Capes of Toughness ourselves. The energy split down here, we got 3 Basic Lightning, 3 Capture Energy, and then 4 Speed Lightning in the deck as well. And 1 Energy Search as well, so we can use Drizzile to help us find energy. Usual suspects in the draw supporter slots, the Marnies, the Research, and then we have 1 Raihan in here to help us re-accelerate energy in play if we kind of get caught with, if we only have 1 Dragapult set up and they knock it out and we don't have an energy on another Dragapult yet, we can use Raihan to kind of help us get another Dragapult set up immediately on that turn. And then we have 2 Boss in here, which of course Boss is just great in any deck no matter what, but it also can be pretty much like a disruption card in the Dragapult deck, because we can like boss up something that has like a 2 or 3 retreat cost, and then we can Paralyzing Bolt it, and they can't play Switch, they can't play Air Balloon, so it's kind of stuck there for a turn, or even multiple turns potentially, while we, use Paralyzing Bolts, set up more Inteleons, more quick shootings, set up more Dragapult, so it buys us a lot of time to get a bunch of energy in play for Super Zap Cannons, get a bunch of quick shootings off. So one card that I've been wanting to get up to a 3rd in here after playing with the deck so much on the stream the other day. I kind of want to get the boss up to 3. But that's the list, guys. The deck is a ton of fun, and it flows super well, and it's just such a refreshing pace of play to play a deck like this. So let's go ahead, let's get into some games. I'll show you guys what it's all about. Once again, huge shout out to Vinny, and if you guys need PTCGO codes, head over to PTCGOstore.com. Be sure to use the code AzulGG when you make your way over there, and yeah, let's get into it. All right, we won the coin flip in this first one. Now, that is great, but if we don't get, okay, and we got everything. If we don't get a Dragapult plus an energy, doesn't mean as much. We're going to open the Dragapult here, because usually decks can't be too aggressive on their first turn. But if we really have to, we could quick ball for, another Dragapult or something like that. We got a draw supporter to work with now as well, which is great. I think I'm going to attach the Speed Lightning first here. The reason I wouldn't want to do this is just in case they play Fan of Waves, I guess. So I could attach Basic Energy first, but, well, that is kind of a fear that I'm thinking about now. Nah, they don't play it. They could, though. They definitely could. We got our own Fan of Waves. We want to keep the fan. We don't know what we're up against. So we want to keep all these things because we have no idea what we're up against. The one thing I think I could get rid of would be the Energy Search. I think I am going to get rid of that. All the other cards are so good. I would be fine getting rid of 1 quick shooting if we knew the others were in there, but we didn't know yet for sure, so I definitely want to hold that around as well. Yeah, we definitely want to keep the Tool Scrapper. Might need a Tool Scrapper or something if they get it down turn 1. Fan of Waves is a super good energy disruption card, especially if we're up against something like Dragapult. All right, it turns out they do not play, or they might still play Fan of Waves. I would say they don't play Fan of Waves. No, they might still play Fan of Waves. They definitely play Crushing Hammer. So I think this is probably Dragapult. They got the Sabo, they got the Crushing Hammers. Usually Dragapult, unless we're hitting a mirror match here, which would be interesting for sure as well, to be honest. Mirror match could be really cool. No, but it looks like it is Dragapult. It looks like they have to settle with the Keep Calling as well, so super good start for us, not a great start for my opponent. And they failed it. Did they prize? No way. Did they actually prize all of their Sobbles? Or did they by accident click done? Who knows? That's a dub though. Turn 2, Paralyzing Bolt. Here we go again. Going second in this one. Going first, I feel like feels really good with this deck, obviously. I mean, it feels good with a lot of decks. Going second isn't the end of the world, though. Especially when we open the Sobble. When we go second, we want to open Sobble and actually bench the Vikavolt. Because if they get off a hit, we're up against something like a Dragapult, and they get that hit, we don't want them to be hitting the Dragapult or the Vikavolt. We want them to be hitting like our Sobble or something. We got a pretty good start so far. The Crushing Hammer is big here. Turn 1 against the Dragapult. We're hoping for a heads. If not, maybe we'll find even like a top deck Yell Grunt. We would definitely Yell Grunt over Marnie here. So top deck Yell Grunt would also be pretty good. But otherwise, we're just gonna go with the Crushing Hammer. Yeah, hope for a heads. Heads would be nice. Hey, there we go. Vikavolt down, attached to the Vik. I don't have to play the draw supporter here, and my hand is kind of set up where it's like, it'd be terrible if I didn't, to be honest. Energy searches here. I don't let my opponent see more cards, which is always like a good thing. So I could just wait on this hand. I don't hate it. They did quick ball Drizzle, so we know their hand is live. But I almost just don't want to give them more cards because I have everything I need. So it feels like giving them more cards can only make it easier for them, basically. Oh, and they play Crushing Hammer as well. So a battle of the Crushing Hammer is about to go down here. It's going to be, I don't want to say interesting because probably not. It'll just be who flips more heads. And who can find them faster is also going to be a pretty big key. Who can find their Crushing Hammers faster? Yeah, now they have to get the research. So they don't have the energy yet. They can't use the Drizzle to find the energy or the evolution. I'm sure they would like to go Shred, knock out my Sobble here. But yeah, here. And if I had Marnied them, who knows what would have happened, right? So... no energy. No energy. I don't really want to use my Scoop Up Net yet, so I might just go like evolve the bench one, get the energy search, and then use the energy search and just get an energy and attach. Gonna be an interesting game. I definitely want to get out Double Drizzle, I guess, but I don't have a way to move it, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference. Oh, I could switch it out of the active now. So I could go with like grab Drizzle here. I don't really mind. I'd rather have him punch my Drizzle than my Vikavolt though. Grab a research or just pass. But now this kind of tempts him to want to get Marnie, I feel like. But I don't want to use this. I don't want to go down a switch card in the deck basically. But I also want a Sobble in play. It kind of stinks we didn't get an out to a Sobble here. But let's see where this goes. So my opponent could Shred this turn, but I'm not really too scared of Shred, right? Only to 60 to my Drizzle. Or I guess they could kill me with Goonping plus Quick Shooting. I guess that would be annoying. They have their own research, though, so no Marnie. That's pretty good. This felt like definitely an awkward hand that I had here to make a choice from. We went with this path. Feels okay. We'll see where it goes from here. Here comes a level up for my opponent. So Drizzle is on the menu. Let's see what they go ahead and get off the Drizzle. Yeah, because they could go like Goonping, Quick Shooting, knock out this Drizzle, which would be... I'd be unfortunate, to be honest. But I don't really want them to hit my Vikavolt, I felt like. Marnie for next turn. Okay, so they're just really trying to set up for that second Inteleon themselves. But no initial Inteleon either. Okay, so pretty good for us. Level Ball here can get a Sobble. And we have plenty of Vikavolts left. I'm going to go ahead and play a Crushing. Get a heads, of course. All right, perfect. Switch into my Vikavolt. Now, we're not going to bench this Vikavolt here because my opponent could boss it and trap it. And we just used our only switch. So we don't want to... Oh my gosh, we have whiffed. Gonna evolve here to protect us. We whiffed the energy. That is so unfortunate. All right, Quick Shooting. The active, I think, here. Need to get through these eventually. And pass, I guess, because we whiffed. We whiffed the energy. That is super unfortunate. Our opponent gets another turn of item cards, which could mean a whole ton of things. Crushing Hammers. Crushing Hammers is like the one I'm really scared of. We really wanted to hit an energy there to try and stop the potential for Crushing Hammers from actually happening. Now I bet my opponent is debating playing the Marnie because I did whiff energy. So if they play the Marnie, they give me a chance to see energy, right? So I bet that's what they're kind of debating here. I mean, they got their energy for the turn. They got their evolutions. There's really no need for them to. And here they're actually going to go with a boss play. I actually like this from my opponent. I think it's kind of a heads-up play, being like, well, I don't want to help them find energy, right? And we top deck the energy, so we're back in business. Another heads on the Crush. Nope. Okay. Quick Shooting here. We have Net plus Yell Grunt, though, so this is still going to be a super clean turn on our side. Send up the Vikavolt, attach the capture, get out another shot. Once again, not grabbing the Vikavolt because we're not attaching to it this turn. You got to be careful with that. Otherwise, you can get kind of out of control pretty fast. More Quick Shootings coming down. another Sobble, the Drizzile, and what do I even want to grab myself here off of this? Maybe just the Tool Scrapper, so I can get rid of their Tool. I don't want to, yeah, so Tool, get rid of that Tool Jammer so we can put our capes down and have them be fine. Boom, Yell Grunt, energy back to the hand, Paralyzing Bolt once again for another 50 damage. We are slowly working through this first Dragapult. We're getting the damage going now. A little bit late on the Paralyzing Bolt, but the better late than never, I guess. We're still ahead of our opponent. I feel like for sure they have no damage in play. We are working on this, and even though we're just doing 50 now, the Super Zap Cannons are not far away if we want to be able to utilize those as well. We're probably not going to go for a Super Zap Cannon right yet, or anytime soon, to be honest. Now we can go grab another Vikavolt. I could go with a Super Zap Cannon right now and KO this, but I kind of want to KO this one through Paralyzing Bolts, and then maybe Super Zap Cannon the next one. We also could get like a Crushing Hammer still, and then that's another quick shooting online. We're gonna be doing lots of damage. I want to get out the other Drizzile as well to get to the next quick shooting, so we'll go with the Marnie here. We have no idea what their hand is, and we know it's not quick shootings, I guess, for sure. But I do want to get these Drizziles out. We can get Crushing Hammer plus Evolution Incense here, I think. Crushing Hammer for sure. Oh wait, no, we're out of Crushing Hammer. Never mind, not Crushing Hammer for sure. I was like, Crushing Hammer for sure. No. We need a double cape though. Double cape's not bad. Just to kind of load up our Vikavolts. And then let's see how much damage we got. Yeah, we can definitely quick shooting this thing twice more. Our last quick shooting looks like it is prized. But that's not too big of a deal, I don't think. Or not going to be too big of a deal. So we don't knock it out next turn, but we can keep up this Paralyzing Bolt pressure for the knockout on this first one. And then we'll just kind of see how the game develops. Only a shred from my opponent. This is perfect. This is just what we wanted to see. Keeping the pressure on them with the Paralyzing Bolts. It's doing lots of work, apparently. Draw some more cards. Don't really need to play anything. I could thin out the deck of this because we just don't need that anymore. Probably not going to research ever. Oh, the last quick shooting is in here, though. So maybe we do want to research. How much energy do I have left? Not a ton. We actually prized double boss? I mean, that's not good. I think it's just this energy. I could leave this in the deck, but if I play research, I don't really want to research because we're not gonna have it. We'll have to play Marnie so soon afterwards. We're just gonna grab this, I think, right now, and we'll increase our chances of top decking the quick shooting here. Yeah, apparently we prize double boss, which we're definitely gonna want to chase this other Dragapult at some point, I think. I mean, since they don't bring it into the active, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, now we can KO this next turn with quick shootings. Double quick shooting next turn, we'll get the KO on this Dragapult, and they probably don't even want to attach to this Dragapult anymore, to be honest. There's a hit. Not a whole ton of HP left on this one. We're gonna double quick shooting here. See what we get off the prize cards. I think we are out of Evolution Incense, actually. Yeah, we're out of Evolution Incense, but the boss, we wouldn't even use the boss here if we got it, to be honest. We're not going to boss that Dragapult. Fan of Waves could be really good, though. And Capture Energy, and energy is always nice. The boss is good as well. Going to throw down the Capture here. Just have the thing loaded up, ready to go with a Super Zap Cannon now. Now this thing can Super Zap Cannon. And I can Super Zap Cannon with this one as well, but I just need to attach a Lightning Energy. There's the second boss. Here comes their Dragapult. I probably, yeah, so we're going to go Paralyzing Bolt to Super Zap. Oh, here comes a Raihan. Okay, so they got things cooking a little bit now. They definitely have things cooking a little bit here. Double Basic Energy. They've got the quick shooting out as well. Okay, they got things moving here. Starting to set up my second Vikavolt, but we should be able to just win through, I think, just going with Paralyzing Bolt into a Super Zap Cannon here. Because we have 190 HP left. They can only do 130, 150. So Paralyzing Bolt, double ping, Super Zap Cannon, double ping should be enough damage to just close this one out. And I think we have, yeah, I think we have this one like basically locked up. We can even go to start to set up another Vikavolt here. Gonna go ahead and burn this level ball. The quick shooting is still in there. We could guarantee it with the Marnie, but then we lose the boss. But I don't know if I care if I lose the boss. I kind of just want that other quick shooting online, to be honest. Go with it. That way I can also like KO any Sobble my opponent puts in play if they ever want to bench a Sobble. We should get the extra damage now as well. And I do have the Speed Lightning Energy, so I can draw back into a boss, to be honest. But yeah, triple quick shooting out now. Quick shooting this thing again. Another thing I love about the Vikavolt deck is you can play the early turn so slow. It's like it's really easy to like fully and very efficiently set up the whole Inteleon squad, which is always so cool. Like look how like we were able to take our time turn to turn. Sometimes we didn't even play a draw supporter. So we're not like researching away a bunch of stuff or anything like that. And then we just like built up the full Inteleon squad here. We have all the Sobbles, all the Driziles, and then triple quick shooting Inteleon setup as well. And yeah, it just feels really good to be able to do that. Another energy for my opponent, but yeah, this one should be over. Just a quick shooting and a super zap cannon away from the dub here. We're gonna end up beating the Dragapult. Very back and forth early game, interesting early game, but we got a couple crushing hammer heads. Our opponent did as well, but and even though we whiffed that early energy early on, we're still able to pull it out here in the end with this super zap cannon to KO the second VMAX and get the dub. But yeah, all about that early game. Had to slow down their initial energies. We got that. The paralyzing bolt was a little bit late. We didn't attack till like turn 3 or turn 4, but it didn't matter in the end. The early energy disruption was really the big player there. Then once the paralyzing bolt got online, just like completely slowed them down. All right, here we go again. Going first, which of course is optimal as long as we can get that energy on the Vikavolt, and it looks like we got that for sure. Get ourselves out a couple Sombles. We have a Yell Grunt and Fan of Waves to work with on the next turn potentially, so we could play it really slow and just like Drizile, grab ourselves like a energy search or something. We are up against single strike, so this is a pretty tough matchup, but it's definitely winnable. So we can use crushing hammers to remove the single strike energy from play, and then our opponent can't recover them with Urn as long as we keep using. They sometimes play Tool Scrapper, but they play one of those. I think we're chilling. So we can keep we can crushing hammer their single strike energy out of play. Now it's not like a for sure way to win the matchup, but we can crushing hammer them out of play, and then we can't recover them with Urn if we keep using paralyzing bolt. We can kind of keep paralyzing bolting, keep them out of play, and then they just can't potentially attack. Is like kind of our goal here. It's definitely a tough matchup, but I'm excited for the challenge. So let's see how it goes. Evolution Incense coming down for my opponent. So Houndoom in the hand. Yeah, playing around my item lock aggressively already. So good on them for doing that. But it looks like maybe no energy for turn, which is going to make it that much harder for them to get to those energy. We do have the Crushing Hammer in hand, but I don't want to... I don't want to lose it to like we might just have to go like level ball for Marnie here off of Drizzile. We'll see what our top deck is. I feel like our top deck always has a big deal to do with our next play and so on. But I wouldn't mind playing just Marnie here or something like that. Just Marnie in here sounds fine to me. They do quick ball for Crobat, but it looks like they're baiting playing it down this turn or not. It does kind of make sense for them to maybe play it to like know that they're getting item locked next turn, so they want to be able to find those items now. But if they use it and don't find a whole ton, there's not much they're going to be able to do with it. There's a single strike energy. The first one we're going to be able to attempt to crushing hammer out of play. We'll see. Now that we got this crushing hammer, we could maybe be a little bit more aggressive with research. We do with the crushing hammer there. Knowing they have a Houndoom in the hand, though, makes me kind of want to go for the Marnie play. So I might go for that. Might go for the Marnie play. Could go for the research. I lose a quick shooting and a Vikavolt. Our switch is in the deck, so I think I'm going to bench this Vikavolt. It was important to make sure you know if the switch is in there or not before you bench the second Vikavolt. And even then, sometimes you don't want to bench it even if you know the switch is in there. But yeah, we know they have a Houndoom in play, so I'm leaning towards wanting to make this Marnie work. We're also going to keep a boss and a quick shooting in the deck, which is a pretty big deal as well, I think. So I'm going to go like this. Pretty good draw. But we can get blown out of the water on this next turn. Just kind of depends on how they draw. So really hoping they don't draw it too well. Paralyzing Ball coming out. Would have loved another Drizzile in play as well. And I maybe even should have quick balled this Marnie. But I think having the option of research and Marnie is going to be a little bit better. I could have got another Sobble in play, but it doesn't seem that important to get the 4 Sobble out right now. Like we can wait a little bit. But yeah, let's see what these 5 cards are for my opponent. How many of them are item and how many of them are not item is kind of the question. Another single strike energy coming down. It's all on this one Umbreon though, so if we can get through this first Umbreon, they might struggle to attack with anything else after that. If they do get a Houndoom here though, they do knock us out though. So we're really hoping they do not see a Houndoom here. We're really hoping they don't see. They are down. Well, they can't play Evolution Incense. They are down 1 Houndoom that's on the bottom of the deck though, because I don't think they shuffled their deck at all. Another mean look coming in. Okay, we can actually KO this, but if we go for the big KO here. I feel like it's probably bad to go for the big KO. Okay, so they didn't hit any Houndoom there, so I kind of want to go. We did price another stop and grab another Vikavolt. I think I'm gonna go with research here instead of Marnie. We do lose 2 Marnies there, which doesn't feel great to be honest. The draw is very mediocre. Not what I was hoping to see at all. I was hoping for a little bit more. No real options on the following turn is kind of the biggest thing to look at here. Or not a ton of options, I guess is what I should say. Prize 2 of those. Yeah, just not a ton of options on the following turn. I want to get out the quick shooting, but I also need to make sure I can play the game still. So we have a fan of waves, which is nice. Incense, we can go grab Drizzile and then grab another research. I feel like this is just going to have to be the play we go with here. I really would have liked a Path to the Peak and like a draw supporter for next turn, but I'm just gonna have to settle for this research for the next turn, and I think this is still fine. All right, paralyzing bolts here, 50 more. We know they don't have a Houndoom in hand, which is like the big deal here. We know they don't have a Houndoom in hand, which means they can't accelerate a ton of energy into play. They could draw into a Houndoom this turn, of course, but we're just kind of hoping that doesn't happen. We also set them back 1 energy. We just need to get through this Umbreon VMAX as soon as possible. Another single strike energy comes out. All right, but still no Houndoom. That's the main thing we are concerned with. Here comes a Marnie, but that helps us see more cards, so hopefully we get some quick shootings. We just need to get through this first Umbreon. If we can KO this first Umbreon with paralyzing bolts, I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot here. Energy, crushing hammer, got the energy. That energy now has to find us a draw supporter. We don't have a ton of draw supporters left in the deck, so that is something I'm a little bit scared about. We don't have a ton of draw supporters left in the deck, but if they whiff a Houndoom again this turn, we're set up super well to be able to KO this thing, even with the lack of like quick shooting setup and everything. And now we have a crushing hammer to use on this turn to actually get rid of these single strike energy, or potentially one of them, and set them back another turn potentially of being able to get a big knockout or a big attack. But actually, like the mean look is actually doing work. Yeah, the mean look is annoying. All right, quick ball, wait, quick ball here. Grab this V-Vault, shuffle the deck. There was a research on the bottom of the deck. Speed lightning here. Speed lightning and a team Yell. So crushing hammer heads plus team Yell Grunt would be pretty good. No, could go with the team Yell Grunt. That way they can't get the third energy down, but it doesn't really do a whole ton. I do just want to get through this Umbreon as soon as possible. Does the team Yell Grunt? The team Yell Grunt doesn't feel like it really does a whole ton here. I could team Yell Grunt. It doesn't seem like it's doing a whole ton. May as well, I guess. It does set them back in energy, so their next potential attacker is like that much further away. So it does kind of do that for us, I guess. Once again, no quick shooting yet. That's like the big thing we're looking for here, is just get that extra damage out there. But hopefully this next speed lighting energy gives us a little bit more to work with on the next turn. Yeah, hopefully this next speed lighting energy gives us a little bit more to work with. That's what we're lacking here, is just stuff, a little bit of stuff. I did discard a lot of draw supporters when I played the supporters on the previous turns. Here comes a capture energy from my opponent, so they're going to be able to get another attacker on the bench, but once again, they're kind of running out of energy. This is their third capture energy. Once again, if we knock them out with paralyzing bolt, they can't use urns, so they can't recover the single strike energy at all. And actually, because of that attachment, they don't knock out my active anymore. They're only doing 50 damage. Also, like a Path to the Peak to replace their tower. I mean, they play 4 towers, so my 1 tower is probably not going to do a whole ton. But yeah, now they didn't actually knock us out. But I feel like they maybe did that on purpose because they realized they were going to start to run out of energy here. Okay, we got the Drizzile, so I can go grab a Marnie here. I don't want to research away double boss, but I also want to find, like I said, I want to find my quick shootings. So we can do more damage. I want to do some damage. We're doing damage, but we're not doing the kind of damage we could be doing. I want to deal some more damage. Here we go. Boom. Get rid of their stadium. Finally find that. Boom. Quick shooting is out. We're probably going to start sniping the other Umbreon. I think we'll start sniping this other Umbreon here. And then paralyzing bolt. Take this Umbreon V out of play. They have another one set up, or another Umbreon V in play. I don't know if I want to say set up, really. Evolution Incense is great. Another quick shooting. Path to the Peak is also great. If they do get a Tower of Darkness, we can replace that as well. Really, we always want to be trying to limit our opponents' other outs to do stuff with. When we're item locking them, we also don't want them to have Tower of Darkness to draw cards. It looks like I gave them a pretty good Marnie here, though, double Houndoom. But how many single strike energy do they have left? They still got a couple. But they will be taking damage from this, so we could actually KO this if we want to. With, I think we just want to keep with the paralyzing bolt strategy, though. We're gonna have double quick shooting online now. We should be able to get through this Umbreon pretty quickly. Another mean look, but it's not too mean. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're still in a really good spot here overall. Push up this Vikavolt. Yeah, because we're gonna have double quick shooting online here. Got another cape for another Vikavolt. Speed lightning first, because if we can draw into a quick shooting, then we could have triple quick shooting, which it looks like we have now. Triple quick shooting online. Does it get better than this? I don't know if it gets better than this. This is pretty good. And I could go with this research here to find a boss for the following turn. But yeah, this is pretty good. We're in a pretty good spot now. I don't even know if they can knock out my active next turn, to be honest. I think I'm just going to hold the hand. I'm not feeling pressured to have to do anything. We get to keep the stadium in the hand to potentially replace another stadium for my opponent, which not only does it, you know, keep their Tower of Darkness out of play. I forgot the name of it for a second. I was like, what is it called? Tower of Darkness out of play. It stops the potential of like Umbreon VMAX gusting something up off my bench by having our Paths of the Peak in play. So, yeah, I want to keep this Paths of the Peak around, I think. It's like the main thing I'm trying to hold on to here is this Paths of the Peak. Keeps their Tower of Darkness out of play. No draw power through that, which is another thing. Once again, we're trying to limit like all these other little things around Paralyzing Ball. Energy Disruption. Keep their Tower of Darkness out of play. They can't draw cards through that. And then we're Paralyzing Bolting them. They can't attack. They can't get items. Paths of the Peak in play. They can't use Dark Signal. I don't know if they would have used Dark Signal here, but they can't. So don't even give them the option. Just take it away from them. Here comes a Max Darkness for 220, but it's not a knockout. And I think we can set up game here on this following turn. So I'm going to go quick ball away this, see what we got in here left. I'm going to get rid of this Vikavolt, I think, at this point. Just thin out the deck a little bit. Attach here. Grab nothing, and then play Research. And we're just going to try and find Boss. I'll even like burn through a couple more of these. We can go boom, Crushing Hammer. Maybe we get a heads. Hey, there's a heads on a Crushing Hammer. Level Ball, just burn that in case they Marnius. It's no longer on the deck. Throw down the quick shootings, and now we have Boss to win the game on the next turn. After we knock out the Umbreon VMAX through quick shootings on the next turn. So we're going to quick shooting 3 times. We're going to Paralyzing Bolt. It's going to have 10 HP left. We're not going to KO it. And actually, I could have checked their discard. No, they still have a ton of urns left. I was like, maybe I could have just gone for a more aggressive knockout, because that's another thing that can happen. At some point, our opponent could just like get rid of all their good item cards and be like, well, we don't really care if you have access to item cards anymore because you have no good ones left. That didn't quite happen here. Like if they had discarded, you know, like 4 urn throughout their researches and just using Tower of Darkness, then we could be like, well, you can't recover your energy anyway, so I don't even care about, you know, KOing you with Paralyzing Bolt. I'm just going to go ahead and there's the concede from my opponent. Yeah, we had game set up next turn, and that's where the Super Zap Cannon comes into play. Would be the next turn. We can just close out those games that much faster, just in case more time would give our opponent, you know, more outs to win the game. We just go ping KO the Umbreon VMAX, draw 3 prize cards, and then boss KO a Houndoom or the Crobat, close out the game on the next turn. That's gonna do it for these games with this Vikavolt deck. It's a ton of fun. I definitely recommend you guys try it out. It's very solid overall in the meta right now. Not the new BDIF, but it doesn't have to be to have fun. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like if you enjoyed the content and you're new here. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.